And welcome everybody to the West Gym. It's Howard Simmer along with Jacob Hall, ready for another GNAC men's basketball game here from the West Gym atop Burnaby Mountain. Simon Fraser men's basketball set to take on Central Washington here in a few moments. And Jake, we got to talk about the last game. Simon Fraser on a high, moving into first place in the GNAC with a win at home, heading down to Ellensburg, and it's a different story. They fall 84-61.
Yeah, very tough game on the road, and it's not often in the GNAC you have a chance to play the same team, just a couple days later. So it's going to be a very interesting night for Simon Fraser. And again, without a head coach, we should mention as well.
Steve Hansen. Course, let's talk about that.
Steve Hansen in the COVID protocols across the border. So we'll have a new coach tonight, Adil, and with quite the last name.
Adil Sahibzada will move in, and he's highly regarded. He's brought some great defensive presence, I know, to this team. So nice to see him get a chance, and our thoughts with Coach Hansen as he finds a way to watch, I'm sure, tonight. A shout-out to him, and we'll endeavor to break down and give you the play-by-play here from this basketball game. What were some of your impressions? Like we said off the top, Simon Fraser really on a high after that last win, improving the 3-1 and into first place in the conference, and never tough going, never easy, right? Getting on the road and going down to Ellensburg and trying to win one down there. But just in the second half, I thought they just lacked some cohesion, some energy, and just weren't able to get it done.
Yeah, it looked like a little out of sorts and a lot of turnovers. In speaking to Coach Hansen today, he mentioned that SFU gave 22 extra possessions. So 22 extra possessions, and that's never a winning formula. So for Simon Fraser today, composed, calm, make the right reads, and again, don't throw these errant passes, make the simple play. And we looked at the scoring, the box score. Guys like Julian Roche, 2 points in the paint. That's not really going to be a winning formula. Overall, I think it's going to be interesting to see if someone like Will Bellotta gets a scoring up again, or David Penny doesn't turn over the ball as much. It's going to be quite the game for SFU, going against a really tough Central opponent.
I agree with you there completely. And Simon Fraser got off to a nice start down in Ellensburg. I think it was 6-0. I think it was a 60-0 run after that. And it was never really quite the same in terms of you thought Simon Fraser had a chance to make a run at it, at any point in that game. And that was the tough part for them. And Julian Roche and Will Bellotta, you mentioned those two names. Those two guys now, they're the alphas in this Simon Fraser team, especially in the offensive end of the floor. And you got to think there's some time. Julian Roche is a different player. He wasn't looked at that way 2 years ago. As he's trimmed down, and we've talked about how effective he is now offensively, such a varied skill guy. And Will Bellotta was hurt at the start of the year, so it's going to take some time for these guys to find their best rhythm together.
And it's not even just those two. You add in, again, Jordan Lyons, Jamal Wright. This is a pretty different team from just a year ago. And with some impact freshmen as well. So they're still getting their feet wet. They're getting that cohesion down, and the plan is they want to be full force ready for the playoffs. And I think this team can do damage. We've discussed that. I think they have the size. I think they have the shooting ability. I think their coaching is great. I think they can do it. They just got to get in rhythm before the playoffs start.
Yeah, that's a great point. And the thing is, the interesting part about that, Jake, is we've seen it firing on all cylinders, and that really gets you excited and ready to, just see this brand new Simon Fraser era of men's basketball. And you know what? There's going to be some rough steps along the way, and I think we've seen some of those, including the last game down in Ellensburg. I thought we would introduce a bit of a new feature here. A player that's going to pop in this game, a pick to pop, and we want to just talk about one player that we have a gut feeling about, within this Simon Fraser roster that is going to come out and have a good game, and I'll let you take it away.
I'm going to go with Drew Bryson. So Drew Bryson, very athletic guard, great defender, can be a streaky shooter. I think he's in his head a bit. He's started every game this year that he's played in. He's a very team-oriented guy. They like him. I think he just needs to let it loose a bit. And, I've seen him make some incredibly athletic plays. I haven't seen that as much this year. I think he's maybe overthinking the game, and he should just play on his instincts, because he really is a good player who helps on both ends of the court. So I'm excited for him tonight.
I completely agree with you, and good to see Coach in good spirits, Coach Adil here as he walks down. Bryson is a guy that, you see all of this talent, and you're right, he hit a beautiful three against Central in that last game, and I think he's got every bit that he needs to go out and succeed. From my side, You know what? I'm gonna pick a guy that we've seen some really good things from already, and he was 1 for 5 from the field in the last game. Jordan Lyons, wearing number 5, a transfer to this team, and a guy who against UBC was incredible off the bench and has so much ability. He was snake bitten, I thought. Like, he got to the rim for tips and stuff. He just couldn't get it going. And I think if that guy can get it going early, he's a wild card in this whole equation. Just his multi-positional play, the athleticism he brings. So we'll see what those guys can do. Drew Bryson and Jordan Lyons are picks to pop here today. What about this Central Washington team? They are a quality group. It was a really tight rotation in that last game. I think they basically just played like 7 or 8 guys in the game, but they all performed well, and they had some really great performances. I thought from Xavier Smith, who had 20 points, as well Marcus Gibson, David Thompson, one of their guards, and Matt Poquette as well, all double-figure scorers. I think they have 5 or 6 Division I players on this roster, so it's a super talented group.
Well, Xavier Smith also played 30 minutes in that game, right? So he's the kind of the driving force for this team. And we're just watching this dunk lineup, and we're seeing windmills, we're seeing reverse dunks. They're a very athletic team. And, just with the GNAC this year, there's so much parity, right? Like, SFU's first, or it's SMU, and then, Western Washington's always a good team. But Central, seeing them in person, I think it does them a little bit more justice than seeing them on a webcast. These guys are legit athletes, so this might be a tough matchup for Simon Fraser. But again, your guy of the game, Jordan Lyons, I think he's also up to the challenge, and hopefully we see some of his best work.
And I think it's going to be exciting from the fact that local basketball fans, this is NCAA basketball, but many in this area watch Canada West basketball, and they play the same opponent twice in the same week. Every week they do this. And it's a real chess match. And you can see the most lopsided game on one night completely flipped in the next game. So we'll see what happens here tonight. It's going to be a very exciting contest as Simon Fraser looks to get back onto the winning track here. Central Washington comes into the game 10-3 overall, 4-2 in the conference, 4-2 away from Ellensburg. Simon Fraser 8-5, 3-2 in the conference, and Simon Fraser 5-0 at home. They want to keep that perfect record going, and we'll see what they can do here. So we're going to take a short break for the playing of the anthems and the player introductions, and we'll be back from the West Gym for the opening tip here. Central Washington versus Simon Fraser.
Good evening, basketball fans, and welcome to the West Gym after tonight's game between the visiting Central Washington University Wildcats and your Simon Fraser University basketball team. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we do ask that you please rise and please remove all caps for the playing of the American and Canadian national anthems. basketball fans, it is happening tonight's starting lineups, beginning with the Central Washington University Wildcats, starting this evening in the guard, number 4, David Thompson. Starting guard, number 11, Xavier Smith. Starting guard, number 22, Colby Connect. Starting forward, number 25, Matt Pocket. And starting forward, number 33, Marcus Gilson. And the Wildcats, Brandon Winter, with assistant coaches Richard Christmas and Alan. And now it's time for tonight's starting lineup for SFU. It'll begin at point guard, standing 6'1", a sophomore from Guelph, Ontario, number 3, David Penny. Standing 6'4", at guard, a junior from Montreal, Quebec, number 10, Wilfred Bellotta. Starting guard, standing 6'6", a junior from Toronto, Ontario, number 15, Jamal Wright. Starting guard, standing 6'3", a junior from Arlington, Washington, number 24, Drew Bryson. And starting forward, standing 7 feet, a senior from St. John, New Brunswick, number 35, Julian.
And we are back at the West Gym. We're ready for the opening tip to get GNAC men's basketball underway here on a Thursday atop Burnaby Mountain. Thanks for joining us, Howard Samura, Jacob Hall, our entire SFU broadcast team here from the West Gym. Hope you'll enjoy this broadcast. Central Washington wearing their road black, set to face Simon Fraser in the home whites, the 7-footer. Julian Roche set to take the opening tip here, and he will jump against Marcus Gilson, the 6'5" senior out of Salt Lake City, Utah. There are 4 seniors in this group of 5 for Central Washington, a super veteran team, and as we said, a ton of NCAA Division I drop-downs, and they are ready to play. But Simon Fraser with the opening tip, and that's the point guard David Penny taking the controls. Drew Bryson to Roche to Will Bellotta. Simon Fraser in the half court, and they need the full 40 minutes here tonight as Bellotta gets into the paint, splits the D, and it's going to teeter off the rim.
That's just bad luck, but that was a great job by Will to get to the rim there.
Nice, active, and aggressive for number 10, Will Bellotta. Stumbling there is David Thompson. On the baseline, Simon Fraser brings a body on the baseline, and the ball is going to go out of bounds. It'll go to Simon Fraser, so SFU getting the stop.
Yeah, Will Bellotta quickly moving across the key to get to that ball there.
I think Will wanting to make up for a second half that he would like to have back. Probably not a lot of production from the entire SFU team in their last trip down to Ellensburg. Here's Penny. Thought about squaring up instead to Bryson. Turnaround, fading Bryson. Too strong off the back iron. Jamal Wright is going to get that one blocked. And here comes Central Washington down the floor. Good job there by Matt Poquette to get the block. The fading shot is not going to go there for Xavier Smith. Here's the feed underneath to Roche. Julian blocked from behind. A great job there by David Thompson. And he's going to get the ball at the end of the break. He finishes it off. He lays it up and in.
Well, that was a good finish, but better block on his end. Julian pump fake, waited maybe half a second too long, and that's what's going to happen. Yeah,
you know what? And those get into your head, too. It's a great play by a veteran team on the defensive end of the floor to try and stake a claim to the tempo here early. Here's Penny. Finds Roche in the high post. Julian, a great passer, instead will give one bounce back to Penny. David Penny lobbing it inside, though. Ill-timed. Look at Penny chase it down, though, with 7 on the shot clock. Bryson needs the 3 ball. And Bryson just off the mark.
So frenetic from SFU right now.
Having to jump in and adjust to this real high-tempo pace early. Ball handling wizardry there from Thompson. And there's a nice turnaround effort from about 15. He's going to swish it. A great job there by Matt Paquette.
And that was good defense from Will Bellotta. It's just a better shot.
4-0 is the score. Simon Fraser yet to hit the score sheet here. Early going. And what will be a tense, highly contested GNAC clash here tonight. Penny's going to put up a 3. So Simon getting a lot of opportunities early, unable to cash in. Thompson pulls up, swishes.
You can see the athleticism from Central. They're all over the glass, and they are giving SFU some fits right now.
They're really giving them things to think about, a threat to shoot, a threat to drive, and really keeping SFU at a standstill here. Here's Penny. David Penny working off the high screen from Roche. Here's Bellotta, turnaround move. Right for 3, and he is gonna knock that one down. The rim cradles that shot, and a big shot for Simon Fraser.
Great feed from Will Bellotta there, turning around and finding him.
Yeah, Will playing a nice job. They're whipping that ball across the court off the window. The reply is not there this time. Thompson couldn't score at Penny. Simon Fraser trying to put together good possessions here in the half court. Here's Bellotta. Great handle as he drives in, goes off the window. Battling hard for the rebound. Central Washington. Gilson, number 33, guarded by Roche. Julian extends and he puts up a frozen rope that is going to fall. Gilson scores a big one there, 8-3 for the Wildcats.
And Gilson's a great player. You can see he's a man in the paint.
Yeah, we talked about that, right? 4 seniors. I think Poquette, number 22, is the only guy. He's a sophomore. That's 4 seniors in the lineup against Simon Fraser right now. Here's Bryson. Goes to Penny. David driving. Is he going to lose the handle? No, recovers. 8 on the shot clock here for Bryson as he rises. Oh, Bryson just off the mark. Bryson wants those to fall. He's so close. Elliot Demakilangan and number 5 are picked to pop here from one of us here. Jordan Lyons set to check into the game after this timeout. What have you seen early?
I think for SFU, it's a couple bad bounces and that few 3-pointers where the shot clock's running down and it's probably not your first choice. They just haven't been able to get in that rhythm on offense. And what I've seen from Central, incredibly athletic, like you said, senior team, really smart team. And for SFU, they're going to have to hit some of these shots here to keep it within range.
Drew Bryson 0 for 3. Roche and Penny have each missed from the floor, and Bellotta's missed both of his shots. Jamal Wright, 1 of 2, got the only basket here. Drew Bryson, you want this kid to succeed so much. He works so hard. He came here, he paid his dues coming off the bench, and he's worked his way into the starting lineup. The opportunities are there. Like, if he can just get on a roll, he can be an absolutely dangerous threat shooting that basketball. So I know everybody out there in SFU Nation pulling for Drew Bryson to get on a roll here and do something big. SFU rather trailing 8-3.
Yeah, and I think with Drew, though, at least if it's not going on the offensive end, he's a really plus defender. He's a great defender. So, he's not a guy who can really scheme out of the game necessarily. I think he has value beyond just the offensive end.
So a new look as they come out of the timeout. It's going to be Jordan Lyons wearing number 5, as well as Elliot Demakilangan wearing number 20. And Demakilangan has been shooting the 3-ball quite well. We'll see what can happen here with this new Simon Fraser lineup. Right to the basket, wide open for the dunk, and it's Xavier Smith.
What a feed, though. What a feed from the big man. Behind.
Takes the feed and just, wow, right out of a timeout, too. That's a little deflating for Simon Fraser. 10-3 to score here, 5 minutes in to this first half of play. Here's Demakilangan, number 20. Working off the Roche screen. He's wide open. That's his shot. Doesn't draw iron. Simon Fraser tight here early.
SFU struggling from the 3-point line today so far.
1 for 4 from 3, 1 for 10 overall to start this basketball game, and really don't want this one to slip away against a real veteran team. Thompson at the top, working off the screen from Gilson. He knocks down the triple. Look out, here comes Central Washington, 13-3. We're 4.5 or 6.5 or 5.5 minutes in, excuse me. It's a double-digit deficit. SFU needs the fire starter here. Here's Lions. Jordan back up top to Bellotta. Bellotta out of a double team quickly to Roche for three. 2 3 balls that have not even drawn iron from Simon Fraser.
Yeah, SFU is ice cold right now.
Just really need a boost here.
Great steal.
Here's to Maculangan. Great feed down to Roche. He can't squeeze it. The ball pinballs. Bellotta now with 22 on the shot clock. So a lot of time here. Josiah Mastandrea set to check into the next stoppage, and he's a great shooter. To Maculangan. And that's going to be a Central Washington foul. If you're just joining us, the head coach Steve Hansen unable to make it due to the COVID protocols today, and Adil Sahibzada, highly regarded assistant, now is the head coach for this game. Bellotta's going to come out. Mastandrea will come in.
And this is it's kind of the smaller lineup right now, but a lot of shooters on the court for SFU.
Everybody can shoot the 3 ball out here right now. We'll see if Simon Fraser can't get some quick points on the board. Oh, they're having trouble. And they're going to call a jump ball at midcourt. Simon Fraser just can't help themselves here in the early stages. I think we're going to get a timeout here from Simon Fraser. Yeah, not the start we thought, Jake.
They need to take a breath right now. I think, the thing with this team is they're not going to get at each other, but you can tell they're a little bit, they're not on the same page right now. So,
and you know what, you can't do that against a team like this. As we said, senior Layton, and they're just, they're sensing blood in the water right now. Central Washington are, and they're just overplaying everything. They are attacking. They're in full attack mode.
And for SFU, I mean, subbing in Josiah, I think, is kind of the indication that they might have to shoot their way out of this. And again, he's a guy that like we saw 2 games ago, when he's hot, and he can go, hit 3 straight threes, and that changes the entire game. That's why he's here. He's an energy guy off the bench who can absolutely light it up from the 3-point line.
Certainly Saturday's victory, Julian Roche led the way here at the West Gym with 20. Mastandrea was second after he looked at that final box where he had 16 points. So the Wildcats with a basketball. Great look underneath for the reverse, and Roche is there for the block. Tyson Rose with 1 on the shot clock. Ooh, they're going to say it went off of Simon Fraser right at the end of the shot clock.
I think SFU's.
No, it is SFU's.
Oh, wow.
No, it's Central Washington's basketball. That is a tough break. They played. Oh, they're going to say 1 second on the shot clock here for Central Washington. Inbounds. Quick release is not going to go there for Paquette. And right away, Penny over half court. See if this 3-point lineup can get something going here for Simon Fraser. Jordan Lyons, Mastandrea, Roche at the top. Central coach is warning about the corner 3. We can hear it from our broadcast location. Great swing by Maculangan. Kicks it out to Mastandrea off the mark. The tip doesn't go by Julian Roche.
And that's the second chance points that Julian Roche really excels at. Looked like he got pushed in the back, but it's going to give Simon Fraser a chance to get some points here.
Simon Fraser in an offensive funk here, and they have a 3-pointer from Jamal Wright. That's all they've got here 7 minutes into this game. So Roche now from the stripe is going to try and cure those ills. He makes good on the first.
When he leans forward, I got him.
Julian Roche with a miss. He's 69% from the stripe on the season, unable to convert the second one. Thompson passes off for the 3, and it's going to get knocked down there by Micah Pollard. So Brendan Rinta, the head coach, is dipping into his bench a bit here. And the players coming off the bench are answering the call. 16-4 is the score.
Looks like we're seeing another freshman transfer in, Hunter Cruz-Dumont.
Hunter Cruz-Dumont out of Vancouver College will check in. He's had sparse minutes the past few games. He'll spell David Penny.
Very athletic guard. High-scoring player at Vancouver College.
That's for sure. He can get some things done for this team and some youthful energy off the bench here. So Coach Hibzida looking for some cohesion and chemistry here with whatever group he can find. Mastandrea. Josiah will pull up from 16 off the mark there. Tip drill is once again going to go to Central Washington. And David Thompson, number 4, the dynamic guard. Oh.
Now that was it's disastrous right there.
Cruz Dumont with the foul, and it's an N1 opportunity here. And it's the famous David Thompson that played in the NBA. They called him the Skywalker. And David Thompson looked like a mini version there as he hung in the air and drew the contact. Scored through it now with a chance to complete the three-point play.
Also played at Santa Clara, and you can see why. Very athletic player.
Yeah, 19-4. And his pass would have crossed with Julian Roche, I would think. David Thompson, a senior, as well as Julian. Oh, and here's Thompson again. He picks the pocket of Lyons, varies that speed of his dribble, and that scoop pass across, and it looks like Bellotta indeed will get called for the foul. Central Washington is playing at a different level right now. Simon Fraser in a bit of a pickle here.
I would say that this 8 minutes has maybe been the worst 8 minutes they've had all year. But the good thing with this team, I think, is they can play their way out of it. It's not in years past, it would be, a big deficit and you could pretty much write the game off. I think with this team, they have enough talent, they have enough drive, they have enough shooters, more importantly, where they can kind of get their way back into this game. But they're going to have to start pretty quick because, you're seeing Central Washington just attacking, getting turnovers, and SFU's ice cold right now.
Yeah, and I think there's, and you know what? I just wonder if it is that simple, though, to just shoot your way back into this game, because the shots they're creating aren't coming in rhythm, and they're tight to begin with. That's why they're missing the rim completely. Simon Fraser, I've never seen that to this extent in this opening half. So they're definitely off their game.
Yeah, it's certainly not open corner threes they're missing. It's really like they're creating their own shots, and they're really forcing, maybe not forcing, but
the rhythm and the trust on the floor is just not the same assured ball movement that we've seen, right? And I think that they've got to get some stops as well. There's a tempo and an edge to Central Washington right now that Simon Fraser's not matching that energy. So we'll see what happens here. It's going to be Marcus Gilson, the senior, stepping up here, the transfer from Centralia Community College.
Minutes.
And the battle for a loose ball is going to get ripped away by Wright to Matthew Langdon now very quickly. Gets over half court. Bellotta working off the Lions screen, gets right to the baseline. He's going to lay it up and in. I thought he overshot the mark there. He recovers nicely to score it. Big basket, much needed for SFU.
Smart pump fake from Will, and quickly going up to get the two there.
Can Will be the guy that gets them out of this? Well, you know what? There they come again.
David Thompson.
David Thompson has just been a absolute thorn in their side here throughout the entire first half. 22-6. Quick answer to Maculangan, to Wright. Bellotta, that spin move, powers his way, draws a triple team. They are just collapsing on Bellotta. David Thompson with that move to try and get around Cruz Dumont. He's going to pick up his second foul. If you want to learn about just how skilled these guys are in the GNAC, boy, Thompson put on a move there and just gave the rookie a test. But Cruz Dumont to learn from that as he acclimates himself to the GNAC. All the rookies are going through the same thing here. Thompson the inbounds. Xavier Smith, 11's been absolutely quiet here. still finding a way and almost scoring off the scoop shot there with Gilson. Penny is going to draw the foul with some aggressive takes there in the half court. Gilson, I guess, getting called for the foul there.
See if they can build off that last offensive possession from Will Bellotta.
Excuse me, Micah Pollard with the foul, number 32. Jump shot by Bellotta, again off the mark.
Right idea, though.
Right idea, but just not the execution they want. We should pass on the score from Western Oregon with the SFU women with a 23-12 lead over Western Oregon. So some good news on that front on the road tonight from Simon Fraser's women. Thompson back up top. 3-ball queued up. Boom!
Oh boy.
Pollard knocks it down, and this is all Central Washington at 25-6. Simon Fraser with 2 shots made from the field the entire half. As the half reaches its midway point. Here's Bellotta on the baseline. Skips to Maculangan, wants it. He rattles it home. Great shot from Elliot to Maculangan.
Their best three-point shooter right now.
And that was, as we can't overstate how much they need hoops here. Here's Gilson. Great spin move in the paint. He goes to the glass.
And that's a veteran move. I know he's not a senior, but that was spin, and then right under. Beautiful.
That was one heck of a move. Here's Penny. Maculangan gets it back from Roche and puts it up. It goes, and Maculangan with back-to-back triples.
He might make it a game all by himself here.
And he is, as we've seen in road games, I think when one of those non-conference road games really heated up and got hot from downtown as well. Maculangan doing some good things. Again, the instant answer is there every single time as Kyson Rose turns around and hits a short jumper.
I feel like everyone on Central can shoot.
Wow.
Like, they're getting looks, but they're hitting them.
Well, they're going deeper into their bench than they did in the game, all game on last time out when they were in Ellensburg. Here's Bellotta. He's going to get rejected but fouled at the basket by Micah Pollard. And that's going to be Pollard's second foul of the game.
I'm loving what I'm seeing from Maculangan. I think every time I watch him, just so impressive. Great defensive awareness, but again, sharpshooter.
Yeah, and you know what? You're right, too. And you know what? Playing that guard spot with the size he brings, right? He's got some great reach, and yeah, he's impressive as a first-year guy here on this team.
And I think that can't be understated. A freshman having this kind of impact and the trust from the coaches. It's really, it's not a common thing. It really takes time usually.
Yeah, it usually does. Maculangan with Penny, too. It's a nice combo, you know. I thought at the start of the season Maculangan would come in and spell him at the point guard spot, but they're playing in tandem a lot now. Bellotta's going to make the second. 29-13, a 16-point deficit. There we go. Simon Fraser with a turnover and a chance to continue to build some momentum here. They're talking about 6 points scored in the first 10 minutes. They've since scored 7 in the last 90 seconds. So that's a good sign for Simon Fraser. 2 triples and a free throw. Will Bellotta. And he bulls his way down. The defensive attention didn't come this time because there's some other threats on the floor. And Bellotta took full advantage. Nice little run here by Simon Fraser, trailing by 14. More energy will come from a stop if they can pull one of those off. Turnaround move, great turnaround move there from Matt Poquette. Bellotta in the half court. Looking off the Jamal Wright screen baseline, still has the basketball. Gives it up to Maculangan, saves the steal, and so does Wright. They get the basketball back.
Such an active player all over the court.
Here's Wright. Big steps into the paint, high arcing off the window, and Jamal Wright lays it up and in.
And that's that length from Jamal Wright. Such a lanky, tall guy, but great finish from him.
And great to see him get rewarded for keeping the play alive as well. Best run of basketball here in the first half by Simon Fraser. And that rebound gobbled up off the miss by Gilson by Roche. Here's Demaculangan pushing the tempo. Driving to the paint, stripped.
Yeah, we're trying to football running back his way through that.
Bellotta is learning how to use that strength and not get himself trapped in the paint. Xavier Smith, the entry pass. Poquet again, and this time he will lay it up and in, get the foul. Central Washington getting something to go their way here.
And Central's they're a heady team. They're a big, strong, physical team, and SFU's got to match that a little bit here. Can't get pushed around in the paint.
Simon Fraser's been pretty opportunistic here, trying to get back. I mean, they were on the verge of just falling off the edge of the planet here. And Demaculangan with those two big threes. And Jamal Wright hustles, he saves the ball, and he gets the basket at the other end. And I think those are big plays in terms of building that momentum.
Yeah, and again, just seeing the activity from Simon Fraser, a little bit better on the defensive end. Hands getting in passing lanes, and good finish from Jamal Wright with his left. This is what we're kind of accustomed to seeing. That first 8 minutes, that wasn't what we're used to seeing. So, I mean, for SFU, they got to get more stops, but looks like they're going to try and sub in some shooters here coming up with Josiah.
Well, Simon Fraser, in the last game we did here at home, Jake, you remarked about all of those turnovers. Coach Hansen talked about it first thing after the game when I talked to him. I think it was 11 turnovers in the first half, but like 3 in the second half. Simon Fraser only has 2 turnovers here. So from that perspective, they're doing well. They've just got to get the offensive rhythm going. And we'll see what they can do. They are shooting 28.6% from the field. That's never going to get it done, especially when the other guys are shooting 70%.
Yeah.
You know, the turnover numbers are down, and they're reflected by the even number of possessions, as you talked about in the pregame. Simon Fraser has one part of the game remedied from the last one, but are battling some others here as they attempt to scrap and stay within shouting distance at the half. And the N1 is completed by Matt Poquet. Isaiah Banks wearing 0 now into the game for Central Washington. Penny finding Lyons. Jordan coming off the bench. Same with Bryson, number 24, and Mastandrea. Here's Penny baseline. Great move to the basket. It's going to get fouled from behind, and that's going to be a foul on Isaiah Banks, I believe.
Looked like really good movement from Simon Fraser, but a lot of perimeter movement, so it was good for David Penny to kind of pump and go and at least get to the line.
Yeah, really playing to his strength. He's got such a great handle. He can power his way through traffic. He's got a really powerful dribble. So good on number 3 for getting to the free throw line.
It's his finishing ability that also separates him, I think, from other point guards.
Yeah. You know what, Jake? You look at this team, and I know, like you, I'm very happy with what Simon Fraser has. Personnel-wise, they're just finding a way to have the glue, the cohesion right now. And when it all comes together, it will be special. Great job there by Roche, but the ball right back into the hands of Central Washington. I believe that was Micah Pollard that scored it. Here's Julian Roche. Penny works well off that Roche screen. Great handle into the paint, reverse, doesn't go. But the follow will for Jordan Lyons.
Man, he can fly. He can absolutely fly.
And the foul being called against Penny. Aggressive dribble there by David Thompson. The Milwaukee, Wisconsin native, the Santa Clara transfer, David Thompson. Thompson inbounds, and it's going to get put down with authority by Marcus Gilson off the inbound.
I wanted to say something because he was really making it clear that's what he wanted to do, but obviously we can't do that on the broadcast. But wow, what a finish from Gilson.
Wow. Gilson has been absolutely impressive. Here's Bryson, beautiful runner, and it teeters off the rim. Bryson did everything but score. Here's Xavier Smith, the X-Man, off the window. And all that work from Simon Fraser. Lead pushed back up to 19 points. They are an exquisite group of finishers. Roche, great skip underneath. Very congested, but Jordan Lyons is good even when his feet don't leave the ground. Underneath the basket with a nice effort there from number 5. Here's Thompson, just muscles his way in, can't get it to go. Roche rips it away. Bryson drives to the window, lays it up and in. Great change of pace from Drew Bryson.
And Drew trying to look like he's going to pass it off, and then he just takes it himself.
That'll give him more confidence. 40-25, a 15-point game here. Simon Fraser's got to think, stop. Poquette on the baseline, and they will turn it over. And just what the doctor ordered for Simon Fraser.
That was great help defense from Julian Roche. Jordan Lyons gave him the baseline, he took it, and then Julian slides right over and stops that play dead in its tracks.
4:12 to the break, and they're down by 15. I don't know if there's a benchmark for Simon Fraser in mind, but if they could get it to 10 points. Bryson, Lyons in space on the floor, and he missed the gimme underneath. Tough break there for Lyons.
It almost looked like he was waiting for the foul to be called, but maybe he got in his own head there.
You give Lyons the ball, moving to the basket in space, and he can be so dangerous. A miss there, bails out SFU, and they get a chance to make amends for the miss on the last possession. Here's Penny at the top. David Aroche, the big man, back to his point guard. 3:33 left here to the break. Penny is going to take his time. Going to wind this shot clock down now under 10. Penny into the paint. Trying to beat Xavier Smith. 3 on the shot clock, and he lays it up and in with 1 second on the shot clock.
That was ridiculous. Look at the handles on David Penny. I mean,
can Simon Fraser get a stop here? Oh, Lyons left his feet. I think he wanted a call too. Lucky there wasn't an N1 there. 42-27.
It's like every time something good happens for Simon Fraser, Central just screams right back.
Oh, and there's a steal there. Ooh, and Damaki Langan, wrong place, wrong time, is going to get called for the foul on Micah Pollard. You know what? That's what a veteran team is going to do to you, I think. They just are so experienced playing together, and this is one heck of a Central team.
They're in sync completely. Like they're throwing up alley-oops out of out of a dead ball. Like they're just just head gestures, eye gestures. Like they just read each other so well. So for SFU, this is going to be a tough task.
Hey buddy, I know that when that inbound was coming from the baseline, you wanted to rip these off.
I did.
Hey guys, it's coming.
Just the nod, and he's looking and he's looking, and you're just helpless over here. But just looking at Central, really good defensive team, long, good shooters, great finishers. It's not the best start for Simon Fraser, but we're really going to see how they come out at half. Like they gotta, I don't even know what is it open looks? Is it just finishing in the paint more? But they have to make up a lot of ground in a hurry. Down 42-27.
Central trying to win their 7th in 8 games. The last time they lost was on January the 15th at Fairbanks in overtime by a deuce. They also lost at Montana State Billings 66-64. So their 2 losses have each come by 2 points. And they both come on the road. So if you're going to beat them, you got to beat them on your home court, and it's going to come right down to the buzzer. Simon Fraser, though, will need a big comeback here in the second half.
And I've seen it before. We've seen Simon Fraser come back big in the past, so it's not out of the question.
It's not out of the question.
Definitely not.
They pushed their shooting percentage up now past out of the 20s. They're shooting 35.7% from the floor. You got to improve on that as the game goes by. Great take to the basket. Oh, and Roche is there. Was that Demaki Langan coming from the weak side? I wasn't sure. My view was obscured, but
Julian got the block, but I think Elliott came for the help defense.
Nice job there by Simon Fraser. 19 on the shot clock here. And a steal by Penny. He's going to go down the floor and lay it in. David Penny, the theft and the lay-in.
I feel like David could be a safety. Wow. If he played football. He's really, really anticipatory defender.
Such a great player. Down by 13 with 2:18 remaining in the half. Ooh, there's the three ball. The dagger falls once more from David Thompson.
David Thompson's a problem for SFU.
Oh my gosh.
They got to figure him out.
David Thompson is just a beast out there. Here's Penny to Will Bellotta. 2 minutes left in the opening half. From the West Gym, thanks for joining us. Howard Samura, Jacob Hall with the broadcast. There's the feed to Roche on the baseline. Ooh, and the foul is going to get called against Kyson Rose. Kyson Rose, number 42, with his second foul of the game. Inbound quickly to Demaki Langan to Bellotta. Will bodies and bumps his way underneath. Comes out to right for three, just off the mark. Roche with a big rebound. David Penny. Simon Fraser runs their play. Penny puts up a three. Oh, in and out of the cylinder. The entire ball seemed to come out of the cylinder after it had been lower than the actual rim.
Oh, that was a great shot from David Penny. The right shot to take, and just a little bad luck there.
That was a tough break, and that one would have been huge at this juncture. Simon Fraser's Jordan Lyons now into the game. He's got the basketball. 1:16 left here in this opening half. Simon Fraser trailing by 16 points. Here's Bellotta. Oh! Bellotta into the paint, whipped that. That had some mustard on it, looking for Julian Roche on the baseline.
Yeah, Julian was not ready for that, though. I think there was a miscommunication between the two.
That one had some velocity on it, too. There's Matt Paquette. Back to David Thompson. Thompson is going to lose the basketball. 47 seconds left. A good opportunity here for Simon Fraser. Central showing a zone here. And they get the ball movement they want. They find a seam. Does Demaki Langan loses the handle. Great move by Lyons, and he just couldn't finish it. That is Jordan Lyons' special quality.
That hop step was beautiful, but man.
And Jordan Lyons thought he had the angle there for the reverse lay and couldn't get it to go.
Just no luck for Simon Fraser. Like, the right move from Jordan Lyons and showing that great athleticism, but just couldn't get it to go.
30-second timeout called here by Central Washington. They're gonna draw something up here and try and build this lead even larger. But Simon Fraser with a big stop here. I think, Jake, they can take a lot of good things into the half. They just can't afford to come out not at the top of their game to start the third quarter, I would think, right?
No, they can't come out flat like they did at the start of the game. But yeah, like the last 10 minutes or so, you're starting to see some positives. I think, you can get the looks you want. Sometimes you're just not going to get the shots to go, and that's just the way it is. But they've improved steadily throughout the game, and their shooting percentage has improved. So I'm excited to see how they come out in the second half here, but they still have 19 seconds, and you would imagine that Central's going to take the entire time here.
And David Thompson, who has the basketball right now, is going to have everything ready here to pour out on McLean over this last juncture of 8 seconds here. Here he is. He fakes the three, kicks it back up top. The X-Man with the three ball, and he knocks it down. Xavier Smith. What can you say? They have just executed like mad here in this first half of play. Has Central Washington. They have a big lead. They haven't put any points up on the board. The lead was 16 before the shot. Are they going to Yeah, it should be 40.
48.
48 to 29 is our score here. They're going to get it up on the scoreboard. That was a show of execution that we saw in that opening half. And when you look at a player like David Thompson, I mean, he's a senior. You look at this SFU guard group, they're such a young group. I mean, you got to have hope that that is what we're going to be seeing for Simon Fraser in a few years, a guy that can come out and just take care of his business like that.
Absolutely, but I mean,
wow.
It
was so impressive.
David Thompson, he moves at a different speed, and I think the ball is glued to his hand. Like, he's not turning the ball over. 15 points for him, 2 for 2 from 3, and I think that the big story, honestly, 71% from 3-point for Central Washington, right, where Simon Fraser's at 27.
Yeah, so they don't waste their they only took 7 threes, right? They hit 5 of them. So, yeah, everything's firing on all cylinders for that team.
And that's
impressive to see.
I was going to say, also getting out-rebounded almost by double. Like, they just can't get anything, a ton of momentum here, even though that last 10 minutes or so was an improvement. But they're just playing a really good Central team. And sometimes, that's all there is to say. It's just one team is they're getting the shots, they're getting the rebounds, they're getting the bounces. And I think Central's, feeling that way after the first half.
Well, David Thompson with 15 points in that first half to lead all scorers. We'll take a break here and be back in about 12 minutes to set you up for the start of the second half here from the West Gym.
I am here to build bridges.
I'm here to promote inclusion.
To embrace diversity.
To learn from others.
I'm here to support my community.
I'm here to lift people up.
To engage.
To listen.
I am here to grow.
I'm here to make a difference.
I'm here to create.
To innovate.
To do research that matters.
I am here to continue asking questions.
To continue learning.
To expand my horizons.
I am here to grow.
I'm here to get more than a degree.
I'm here to explore.
To connect.
To learn.
I am here to forge a new path.
To push myself.
To set goals and achieve them.
I am here to win.
I am here to grow.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor. It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
Number 32, Kyle Hornsby.
Inside the 30. Touchdown. Michaela Spurgeon.
An incredible finish by Hall.
NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org.
I think the reliability would be the biggest benefit of having a gondola.
There are a lot of people that take transit, SkyTrain, the buses, and when there's snow and that cancels the bus, then I can't get up to campus unless I walk.
The idea of driving up the mountain when it's like that is terrifying.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to get home safely or in a timely manner.
This community is growing rapidly. We currently have multiple new residence buildings being built. There's a lot of people that live up here, or a lot of people that would like to transit up here. And so you're really talking about connecting Burnaby Mountain with the rest of the economy of the city of Burnaby.
Well, I think the evidence is clear. We've got to get away from fossil fuels, be more efficient in how we do things day to day. And transit certainly seems to be one of those options to get people out of cars.
If there was better transit up SFU, people would be more apt to come here and participate in different activities that are going around.
If it were easier to get up to campus, I definitely think lots more people would be coming out to go watch like soccer games or football games that are up on campus.
The gondola is more accessible to students and regular members of the public. It's quieter, it's cleaner, and it's faster.
And we're back with you here from the West Gym. Howard Samura, Jacob Hall. Simon Fraser men's basketball trailing 48-29 at the half. Jake, the largest lead was 19, and it's at 19 now at the half again. Every run or every solid, spur to play by Simon Fraser was answered, I think, pretty adequately by Central. They just seem to have an answer for everything in that opening half of play. We looked at this box score at the half, and Julian Roche has, two shots from the field. Stunningly, right? I mean, the way he's been playing this season, and for Simon Fraser to make a comeback, he's got to get more involved.
I think he's their most important player, really. And when it comes down to it, he's, obviously their biggest player, but he's the life force. He's huge. He has great touch. I think he just needs to get the ball more in his hands because, maybe he's not taking the shot, but maybe he's dishing it to somebody. But he needs to get more involved in the game.
And we'll see what happens as the second half starts. And as we mentioned, off the top, head coach Steve Hansen unable to coach today in the COVID protocol, and Adil Sahibzada serving as the head coach for this game. Simon Fraser shot 11 of 32 from the field for 34.4%. In that opening half, they were 3 of 11 from distance. Central Washington 20 of 30, 67% from the field. They hit 5 of 7 from distance, and they out-rebounded Simon Fraser 21-12. Big difference there, and there are so many areas that Simon Fraser needs to kind of pick up in the second half if they're going to make a run here. And as we said, so essential that they come out focused to start the second half.
Well, I'm excited to see them and see what happened at halftime. Like, what was the conversation like, and where were the key points? Because like you mentioned, there's probably 4 or 5 things they could do better. I think overall it's going to be keeping the ball in their own hands and not turning the ball over, but also getting open looks. So not forcing up shots, because that's going to put you farther in the hole.
Yeah, I mean, it says Simon Fraser had 4 turnovers in the first half, but sure, it did seem like more. We will see how this goes here in the second half of play, as Central Washington will start off with the basketball. Once again, they get it inside immediately to Gilson. Roche does just enough to thwart the scoring opportunity and give his team a chance to get on the scoreboard here early. Bryson now to Bellotta. Will trying to find a flashing Roche. Gilson down there bodying up against Roche. He's going to kick it back up top to Penny. Shot clock now down to 9. Penny into the paint, trying to split the D and kick it back out. He recovers. That one off the foot of Wright, who gets it up to Penny. And they're going to call travel there.
That was a bit of a disjointed possession there. They tried to get Julian the ball in the paint, but he's quickly swarmed, and then David Penny not much going.
You got to give Gilson credit. He did a great job there defending that. And then right down the floor, there he is once more. Going to see him in our nightmares. David Thompson lays it up and in. 50-29 is the score. Simon Fraser would dearly love to get those 2 back and assert some kind of momentum here in the second half. Here's Penny again, finding Wright, who goes up for 3 off the side iron, and ripped away there by Smith. Xavier Smith, number 11, down the floor quickly to Thompson, to Gilson. On the baseline, guarded by Roche. Gilson on the baseline. That was Paquette unable to score it. Whistle blows though, and the foul is going to go against Will Bellotta. So Bellotta's second.
That was a great feed from Gilson though, the spinning one-hander.
Gilson has that spin move down at tempo too. There's a miss from the free throw line. That Paquette's an 81% free throw shooter, so good bet to get the second, and he does. 51-29. So the lead now the largest of the game here for Central Washington. Bellotta to Roche. Puts the fake on Gilson. Turnaround move just off the edge of the iron and out.
You can definitely see a more concerted effort from SFU, though, to get Julian Roche the ball in the paint.
And we just talked about it, right? Yeah, two shot attempts the whole first half, and he's had a number already. Look at Gilson with a reverse.
Oh, man. Great feed from Thompson, though. Great feed from Thompson. Really smart player.
Oh, I got to agree with you there. He does a great job of making his guys better. Back up top to Bryson. Penny finding right. Ball rather right. Shot clock down to 6 on the baseline. Right. Oh. Right with an opportunity there. Had the ball go up and out. And here comes Smith down blazing at the other end of the floor. Turnaround foo fading off the front iron into the hands of Bellotta. In transition quickly up the floor. Bellotta trying to muscle his way past his man, and the foul is going to get called against Thompson. Just didn't want that steaming train to build up ahead of speed there. So the first foul of the game on Thompson. Bellotta the inbound right in front of our broadcast location. Here's Bryson. Cross-court pass to Jordan Lyons. Bellotta! And they're going to call the charge on Bellotta. Bellotta did put out the arm, but the player certainly fell easily on the baseline.
I mean, I would do the same. I don't think I would want to stand in front of him.
So the turnover now into the hands of Central Washington. Here's Gilson, goes right to the basket.
And did you notice, too, he was looking corner 3 the entire time, fakes the entire SFU defense, and then takes it himself.
Wow. 33. What a game he's had as he gets back on defense and has the job of guarding Roche straight up, and many times here is Penny with a shot from 3 is going to miss. Paquette down the floor, 2-on-1. Flips it up and in. That's Xavier Smith.
You can see SFU coaches saying, hey, hurry up. We got to call a timeout.
So the best laid of plans not serving Simon Fraser here in the early stages of the second half. Jake, 57-29. They look every bit as potent as they did as this half ended.
Yeah, I mean, you're just seeing another level for Central. Like they're not just relying on a 3-ball or anything. Like they're just, all 3 levels of the court. They're just playing amazing basketball right now. And
Central Washington will be at Western Washington on Saturday at 7 o'clock. And I bring that up because after that game, Jake, they're playing 5 straight games at home. So they're building this cushion here. They're winning games on the road. It certainly look like they're going to, have a good shot at doing that if they continue to play well here against this Simon Fraser team. But they've got a massive homestand coming up and a chance to really help their cause. Take a look at the score sheet. What do you see? Anything jump out at you?
I think, again, David Thompson. David Thompson not only shooting lights out, but you saw that great feed down low. Him on the defensive end as well. He's really affecting the entire game for Central, and Xavier Smith, pardon me, as well. They're just a well-rounded team.
And the percentage they're shooting, they just continue to execute. 4 of 6 in the second half already. Keeps that percentage at 66.7%. David Thompson, 7 of 9 from the field, 2 of 2 from downtown. He's only had the 1 trip to the free throw line, but he's got 17 points in this basketball game. Just a tremendous effort. Simon Fraser yet to put a player into double digits. 2 players with 6 points, David Penny and Elliot Demakulangan. Penny will inbound now. Finds Jordan Lyons. His deficit now at 28 points. Demakulangan now to Roche. Quickly back to Elliott. Thought about the 3. Back to Penny. He will hoist it. The 3-ball off the front iron. A good job to keep Lyons off the glass by Central Washington. Paquette will pull up. Long 2 shot.
Even their bigs can shoot.
They're just finding shots. You're right, Jake. Every part of the floor. Handoff play to Maculangan to Penny. All the lanes get cut off. Roche with a 3, and he's going to knock it down.
And again, last game, Julian Roche went 2 for 3 from 3. He might be the that might be the answer for him today. Who knows?
A 3-ball hoisted. That is uncanny. Wow. David Thompson just answers everything. Matching the 3-ball with one of his own. He was probably thinking 3 from the moment Simon hit the 3. He wanted one himself. Here's Roche. He's going to put up a 3. Doesn't miss by much, but swirls out there as here he comes again, David Thompson. Ooh, dribbling on to Maculangan. He's going to take a hard fall. Maybe favoring that left wrist. Tried to brace himself as he went to the court.
Yeah, he's going straight to the bench. I don't think we're going to see him for a little bit here.
He's in some pain, trying to gut it out, but it looks like he's in a lot of pain. This lead went to 30 points in a hurry. It was 19 at the half. And it's now 30 points.
You know, just noticing from Central, they have 5 guys who have played double-digit minutes. They're very, I don't want to say top-heavy team, but certainly they have their guys, their seniors, and they roll with them. And these guys are playing heavy minutes, and they're just not running out of much gas.
Even in the game there, 84-61 over Simon Fraser a few days ago, you look at the box score, and it's just as top-heavy.
Yeah.
They just didn't go to the bench much in that game either. But it's interesting as this GNAC season unfolds, and you want to look and see who's going to be the team to beat. Certainly, this is looking like one of those teams. Boy, Central Washington has put on the show here today.
I wonder if we're going to see, well, right now, right off the bat, Jovan Rai checking in the game for SFU. So I was going to say you're going to start to see some different combinations from SFU at this point, right? You have nothing to lose. Why not get some guys in? So I'm excited to see Jovan Rai. Hasn't played too much this year.
Jovan Rai wearing 0 in the game now. The Markham, Ontario native. He is a freshman, 6'4", 180. And as Jake points, checking into the game now. Oh, that one went right off the foot of David Thompson. I don't know if that had anything to do with the pain he was in a few minutes ago, but certainly uncharacteristic turnover for him.
He looks really hurt right now. He's really favoring that arm.
Yeah, that arm, that wrist or that elbow. I don't even know why he's on the floor. He should be. Don't know if he can even play like that. He's just favoring it to such an extent. Here's Roche. Puts it on the floor. Goes right to the basket. Oh, Julian Roche. Here's Jovan Rai on the floor. They're going to call a jump ball. It'll stay with SFU.
That was a nice play from Julian there. The pump fake and pretty athletic layup attempt, but
you know what? The game hasn't gone Simon Fraser's way, but if you're going to talk about Julian Roche, and I'm glad you brought it up. I mean, talk about a guy that's helped himself to a career beyond the university level. I mean, he's gonna get his opportunities. Boy, that is something to see a 7-footer put his head down and head to the basket like that. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, I mean, I remember a couple years ago watching him, and he would almost. You know, he would play maybe 10, 15 minutes. He couldn't really sustain that full game action like he does now. He can play 30 minutes now, right? He can play and not only play, but he can run the court. He can do everything. Whereas the last couple of seasons, it wasn't there for him. He's unlocked that part in his game through his hard work and through good coaching.
Yeah, you got to tip the hat to Julian Roche. And you know what? The flexibility just is increased too. He just has just the motion his body is able to, he can bend over and just get a ball right off the floor. Here's to Maculangan. Heavy defensive attention against him. Penny trying to dribble his way, gets into the paint, leans, and is going to draw the contact end one. David Penny's nicest basket of the night.
Yeah, strong finish from Penny. I think he got hit in the face there. He's kind of wincing a bit, but great finish from Penny with his right hand.
We stressed that important start. The first 3 or 4 minutes of the second half are going to be, and Simon Fraser unable to find a way to turn the tide here. As a result, a one-sided game, 62-35. But Penny with a great play there. Isaiah Banks wearing 0 on the floor right now. Fading on the baseline and only able to find the finish there is Micah Pollard. Back up top to Xavier Smith. Works off the Poquette screen. Floater is going to go 64-35. No shortage of scorers here for head coach Brandon Rinta. Here's Demaculangan. Elliott skips to Jordan Lyons. Lyons right to the glass and gets a nice friendly roll.
Spinning and then to his left.
Josiah Mastandrea now into the game, wearing number 1 for Simon Fraser. Lions guarding Poquette, the great give, and the lay-in. Rye's going to foul him underneath the basket. Micah Pollard will step up to the free throw line.
We're going to see some subs here. Yeah, you're
Drew Bryson coming in for Simon Fraser.
You're going to see a lot of combinations, I think, coming up here. And David Thompson is checked out as well. I think a good thing, because he was holding that arm pretty tight.
Yeah, it looked like it was being kind of held together with Scotch tape there at the end. He took a hard fall. He'll take a view from the bench. Here's Jovan Rye to Bryson, newly checked into the game. Back up top, the Lions to Mastandrea. Other side of the floor for Rye. Jovan, a nice take into the paint. Puts up a shot well off the window. A little bit wild there at the end.
Able to keep possession though. Followed his ball and got the rebound.
Coach Rinta thinking that was a jump ball. In fact, it was not. So
there's an SFU timeout, I believe, is the confusion before.
So Mastandrea will inbound the basketball. Looking for Bryson. It's going to get stolen away. Alley-oop, though, off the window goes awry for Central Washington. So Simon Fraser dodging a bullet there. Coach Hibbs that in our line of sight here, having trouble seeing the court here from our broadcast location. We'll do our best here. Is Jovan Rye now with the basketball. Lions quickly to Mastandrea. Josiah back to Rye. Roche posting up his man, looking for a cutter, and a whistle's going to blow.
Took a beating there, trying to get that, trying to get into the paint.
Micah Pollard, number 32, getting called for the foul. Nope, they haven't changed it on the board. They say 22, but I'm sure that was Pollard with a foul. So they put the foul up on the board as Pollard in his 3rd foul, but I thought he just had his 3rd foul. A little bit late getting it up there as Simon Fraser now with the basketball. Here's Penny in the half court. Leaned into his man, Jeanette. And they called the travel there, I believe, and that's the turnover.
Looks like some more action here on the bench, potentially.
I thought Bellotta was coming in there for a second, but as we wind our way towards the midway mark of this second half, indeed Will come in at the next stoppage, number 10. Jeff Shot off the mark there for the Wildcats. Quickly down the floor, Mastandrea. Great pass inside underneath the Lions. And an N1 opportunity come up as Lions gets creamed after the play.
Yeah, he got hit right in the eye. Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah, that was a great play by Lions. Good feed from Josiah to push the tempo because, at this point, it's a pretty hefty lead, but make some positive plays. You never know what's going to happen, but I'm excited to see maybe a few guys we haven't seen, like Jovan Rye come in, maybe a Dylan McPhee.
As they look at things and talk it over here as we get to the almost at the midway mark of this second half. Simon Fraser, you know what, there's a benefit not to have played all your games at the start of the season. They've got a ton of games coming up, and they got a chance to put this one behind them quickly. So that's what they've got to look towards is getting back on track. And they will be back in action. Simon Fraser, well, you can join us in the gym here, the West Gym atop Burnaby Mountain, or watch us on the live stream this Saturday when Northwest Nazarene comes to town at 7 o'clock. As we mentioned, Central Washington will continue their swing at Western Washington in Bellingham on Saturday. We'd love to bring you up to date on the Simon Fraser women's score. We know that they were leading, and solid effort by the Bruce Langford coach team in Western Oregon. And the score right now is Jake has found a 49-41 heading into the fourth quarter for Simon Fraser. Leading scorer in the game, Jessica Jones with 11 points, 5 of 10 from the field. So the senior turning up her game here as she is returned in the new year for the women's team, and a nice showing for Simon Fraser, 1 quarter away from a victory in Oregon against the Western Oregon Wolves. Jordan Lyons looking to complete the N1, and he does. 66-40.
Great defense, but I thought it looked like Drew Bryson got all ball there, but
that's going to send Isaiah Banks to the free throw line. Banks, Kyson Rose, Micah Pollard out there. Just looking to see as well Colby Jeanette, who did start for this team. And I believe Jeanette's the only starter out there right now for Central Washington as well. Number 24, Amari Stafford, is out there. So the guys from Ellensburg with 1 starter on the floor, and he is the sophomore. The 4 seniors that started the game all now on the bench with 11:36 remaining. Oh, Bryson keeps it inbounds. Cross court to Penny. Shot clock hits 10. Penny drives.
They say moving screen on Jordan Lyons there.
Some more frustration for Simon Fraser. Pollard back to Banks, to Jeanette, to Stafford. Rose with the big 3 is well off the mark.
He even laughed a little bit at that one. I think it just slipped off his hand because he's hit 3s earlier in the game, but that was just a little.
Yes, did hit the score sheet. You're right, in the first half of playing, got some good minutes there. Big guy off the bench, 6'9", 240 at a Kamiakin High School in Kennewick, Washington, the Tri-Cities
nice
area. Unable to finish his Mastandrea. Right down the court they go, Central Washington. They'll take it back out. There's Rose in the lane, and he's going to get the roll. 69-40. Roche will check in at the next stoppage for Simon Fraser. Mastandrea. Bryson made a cut there, back up top instead to Penny. Here's Josiah, baseline. Beats his man with a nice quick step there by Josiah Mastandrea.
And I think he has a reputation as a shooter, so you really want to run to block him out, but good feed.
Impressed with his athletic ability off the dribble. Great rebound. Lions just skies so quickly down the floor to Josiah. Now to Penny. Feeding Lions, that super quick spin move. Rose had no chance on that play.
So strong, though.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. And to finish with your left as well.
Jordan Lyons is going to be something else. 69-44. Drew Bryson getting called for the foul. Julian Roche now checking into the basketball game. And Jordan Lyons will come out.
And you're seeing the Central starters come back in. Thompson and Xavier.
Yeah, bring the heavy horses back out here. It's a sign that they don't want Simon Fraser to get hot, and when Roche and Bellotta both come on the floor along with Bryson and Penny, that's 4/5 of the starting lineup out there with Mastandrea. So out come those Central Washington starters. 71-44. Just want Simon Fraser at this point to just try and string possessions together, get stronger as they go here if they can, and try to build for Saturday. Roche off a great steal inside, and he is going to score it. The easiest basket Simon Fraser has scored tonight.
Smart play from Will Bellotta, though. Nice touch on that pass.
Nice touch, you're right about that. Here's Rose. There's a miss there. And the bench imploring SFU to push the basketball. Here's Bryson driving the whole 94. It's going to get rejected.
Ooh. Not sure if Drew saw him on that one.
That was Stafford, Amari Stafford coming in with the block. Rose out of the game, and then will come Mitch Breezy. Did I get that right? Breezy, number 44, the Weber State transfer. Bit of size there for Central Washington on the bench in reserve as Breezy comes into the game. Thought we saw the end of David Thompson today. He's seems okay, no worse for wear if they're taking that fall. Here he is driving against Penny. Gets to the window and he is hurt. Why is he even out there? He's just holding it like an injured bird, holding that wing as he comes up the court. He can barely hold it.
I think he just asked for a sub on the bench. At this point, there's no need.
Simon Fraser. Penny passes it out of a double team. Rose with a beautiful release on that three, and he swishes it.
And that's something he's really improved on throughout his time at Simon Fraser. He has great hands, but he can shoot the ball.
Boy, can he ever. He looks good shooting the rock here. 8:23 left, 73-49. A timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well and be back with the final moments of this game from the West Gym.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor.
It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
And we're back with you here at the West Gym. Howard Samura, Jacob Hall, 8:23 remaining. big rally in Oregon, south of the line. The Western Oregon Wolves have pulled to within 2 of Simon Fraser. 51-49 now the score. SFU leading with 5:35 remaining in the game.
Tied now. 51-51.
Tied at 51 as Jake points out. So a real battle will go right down to the wire for Simon Fraser women tonight. Here we are at the West Gym in Central Washington. Dominant, 73-49. David Thompson has checked out of the game for Central Washington. Here's Paquette, turnaround move against Lions, in and out. Roche quickly ignites the break. Penny skip past the Lions, and Jordan Lyons will slam the ball home.
What a feed from David Penny, but that's what SFU needs, a little excitement from Jordan Lyons.
That was a rocket pass from David Penny. Nicest basket of the night for SFU. 73-51. Aggressive drive is going to find the bottom of the net there as Knight takes off and caroms it off the glass. David Penny reverses back to Roche. Julian quickly right back to Penny. Baseline. Penny off the window. Found a sliver and kissed it off the glass.
Such a crafty player.
Nice surge here by Simon Fraser. A couple more stops and maybe they can take some good momentum out of this game. Trailing right now by 22. Trailed by 19 at the half. Great job there on the X-Man as Smith unable to score it. Here comes Bellotta down the floor. He'll dish. The big three hoisted off the front iron by Simon Fraser. Well, that's Demaculangan. Didn't realize he had checked back into the game and he let the big three ball go.
But there was Bellotta there to get the rebound and 2.
So 75-55. Simon Fraser getting some good things happening here. Underneath, though, a bullet pass. And they're going to lay that up and in. That is Amari Stafford. So back to 22 points. Bellotta. Will with a nice move. Draws a double team instantly. Back up top. Roche. Julian will put up a 3.
Oh,
that looked good.
That did look good.
Just didn't go for the big man.
He has great form, like really smooth shooter.
Here's the ever. Here's Xavier Smith, a leading scorer on this team at over 17 a game. And he shows you why there as he puts on a bevy of moves and draws the contact underneath. Will Bellotta getting called for the foul. His 4th of the game. Coming off the bench for Simon Fraser, Dylan McPhee will enter the game along with Mastandrea. Dylan McPhee wearing number 11. And Jake, you were just talking about the 6'4 freshman from Aurora, Ontario.
Yeah, Dylan hasn't had too much playing experience in the last couple of years. So I think in a situation like this is live action. Good experience. It's different than practice.
So McPhee into the game and Roche will come out with 5:50 remaining.
I think at this point, too, it's a little bit about load management, right? You don't want to
we talked about
our
the
guys when they have
huge string of games coming up. They're going to play Nazarene on Saturday. Then they're in Alaska next week against Anchorage and Fairbanks. So a ton of games coming up with these cancellations. And load management, Jake, that's exactly the word here. Here's Mastandrea to Penny. David drives, has a big lane to the basket. Just underneath. Ooh, and Lyon, no call there. Looked pretty physical on Jordan Lyons underneath the basket.
I'm thinking the refs just want this game to play out at this point.
Rose from the baseline corner. Knocks down the triple. Kyson Rose showing some nice form there. Here's Bellotta. The post up on the X-Man. Turn around, and he's going to get the basket. They didn't bring a double team there. They just played him straight up, and Will's going to win that matchup with his strength.
I think what you've seen from Bellotta in years past is kind of that brute strength, and he has that, and he still has that, but he's just added so much to his game over the last couple of years with, again, good coaching, working with guys like Mike Hayward in years previous, Brett McDonald, guys like that. Really rounded out his game.
And he makes the three-point play complete. You're right about it. He's really developed, and that strength has been undeniable, though, from day one. Paquette finds a cutter. Ball gets back out, though, tonight. Back up top, and they'll move it around the horn. Here's Rose. Tyson Rose posting up. Cross-court pass, and a three-ball hoisted. Doesn't go for Central Washington.
I think SFU's going to really push the tempo here in the next couple minutes.
McPhee to Penny. David now one-on-one for Will Bellotta. They answered with some strength on Bellotta. Here's Lyons. Oh, Jordan trying to score a really tough hoop, and Penny just swoops in for the rebound. Shot clock down to 13 here. Simon Fraser, though, unable to finish.
Looked like a little paralysis there, not knowing what to do, getting the ball back, but yeah, it's a tough break for SFU.
Yeah, just couldn't find their form again to make something happen. Here they go back up top. Paquette, he's going to knock down the triple. So wholesale changes now for Simon Fraser. Cruz, Dumont, Rye, and Damaki-Langan, I think, will check in, but there is a timeout being called.
Yeah, you're about to see 3 freshmen check in. Again, good experience.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, get guys playing and let others rest up for Northwest Nazarene on Saturday. SFU's been a pretty good team bouncing back, and they've had a lot of hurdles in their way in the extended time they weren't able to play games in this conference. So many things have worked against them. You can't say that they exist in a vacuum, Jake, but they have had their share of struggles. And of course, no one wants to use the excuse, Jasdeep Singh is not playing in these games, and he was their leading scorer, 2 years ago before the canceled season. So we saw, or have already seen this season, how good he is. I mean, he is outstanding. He could be the best player in the conference.
For sure, and I think, again, like it's not having Jasdeep Singh, but it's also like a month in between games. Like, it's just hard to get your rhythm. It's hard to get your sense of what this team is, trying to establish some kind of offensive philosophy. It's hard. It's hard without live rounds being shot at you. When it's just a practice setting, it just doesn't have that feel. And having guys in and out of the lineup, getting sick of COVID and coming back, it's a struggle. So I think for SFU, we're going to find out a lot about them in the next 2 weeks or so when they're playing like 100 games. It's going to be very interesting because, like you said, they got to bounce back, and they've been pretty good at that this year. So let's see how they do on this Saturday.
On Saturday, we'll have the call here from the West Gym beginning at 7 o'clock, our pregame show at 6:50. So join us if you can't make it down to the West Gym. Jovan Rye now to Dylan McPhee. This new lineup with Damaki-Langan, guard-oriented. Lions underneath. Tries for the reverse. They converge on him, and they're able to snuff him out right at the rim. CJ Hyder, number 2, first appearance of the game. Mika Pollard, number 32. He's going to put up the 3. Cruz Dumont got an arm up there to disrupt the shot. Damaki-Langan now. Elliott will bring his team into the half court. Cross court to Cruz Dumont for 3. Bingo!
It's good to see some freshman action here.
Great to see that in action. Number 3 now, Shaden Knight. Jump hook's not going to go there for Breezy. And Jovan Rye now for Simon Fraser up the floor. 2:22 remaining in the game. Cruz Dumont to Lions to Damaki-Langan. Cruz Dumont. McPhee off the back iron, had a good look at 3.
And at this point, why not? Go for get your shots up.
Get the shots up, see if you can build some confidence. That 3 ball is not going to fall there. And that was Shaden Knight, the 5'10 sophomore from Rancho Cucamonga, California. Long Beach State transfer.
I think you're really seeing, like, just looking at their lineup and looking at SFUs, you see a lot of D1 transfers. This is a very good division of basketball, no question.
Oh, there's no question. D2 basketball at this level is terrific. There's a steal there by Lions. Jordan, the quick pass down the floor. Joven will lay it up and in. Rye with some great speed down the court to lay it up and in. Simon Fraser down by 22. Here's Knight back up top. Breezy. 3-point shot way too strong there by Shaden Knight, I believe that was. And then rising for the dunk, Mika Pollard, number 32, to score it for Central Washington. (60-54), Simon Fraser women with 43 seconds left, a 2-possession lead for Bruce Langford's team. And that'll be a big one for Simon Fraser if they can hold on and preserve that victory against the Wolves on the road. Here's Lions. Cruz Dumont. Eagles back up top to Demaculangan. Demaculangan calling for the screen from Lions. Into the paint. Kick to Joven Rye. 7 on the shot clock. Rye stumbles. Recovers. And a 3-ball hoisted off the front iron there by Demaculangan is not going to find the mark. Breezy, big 3-ball hoisted there, and that's going to fall. What a shot for Shaden Knight. 90-63, 27-point lead. Spin move by Rye, and he doesn't get the roll, but he does get the whistle. He'll step up to the free throw line. Great move by Joven Rye.
It's good to see, again, and against a good team like Central. Joven Rye, he hasn't played too many minutes this year, but seems to be acclimating himself, seems to be making his presence felt.
Yeah, certainly the guys coming off the bench are treasuring these moments to impress the coaching staff and do what they can for their team. And Joven Rye at full tempo there. That great spin move to the basket. And he makes it count from the line. We're under a minute to 40 seconds left in this game. Here's Shaden Knight again. Just hit that big 3. Has his shot go off the rim. Breezy, though, using the height inside. So 92-65. Not Simon Fraser's night. If you've been here from the outset, you know that. They have struggled to find cohesion, have made a couple of nice runs in this game, but unable to get things done as that shot unable to draw iron. As we get down to 12 seconds left. They will just dribble it out. Will the Central Washington Wildcats with 4 seconds left on the clock. 2-1, and that's going to do it. 92-65, our final score here from the West Gym. You know what? These are 2 tough games back-to-back against Central Washington. We'll see what Central Washington does the rest of the way. We're just looking at David Thompson with a huge ice pack on that elbow. We'll see how he does down the road. But Jake, your thoughts on the second straight loss here against a very tough Central Washington opponent?
It could be a situation where it's just not a good matchup.
Yeah.
And, if SFU plays them in a playoff or in some other capacity, I think you kind of have to rethink your strategy. But yeah, from SFU standpoint, didn't shoot the ball well enough, really. I think they made some strides defensively at certain points, but I think they just played a really good team that not only is a good team, but they're also a hot team. Like, they were just hitting every shot. They were getting open looks and again, like, rebounding and just total dominance, really.
Well, we're going to get the final score here, and we'll just go through some of those numbers with you if we can. Before we wrap it up here, Simon Fraser women as well. We'll get the final to you. They have a lead before late in that game. As we mentioned, final score 92-65. Leading scorers for Simon Fraser, 13 points for Jordan Lyons off the bench. I picked a pop. I don't know if you want to say that in a loss, but he did lead the team in scoring today. 11 from David Penny, 10 from Will Bellotta, Simon Fraser out-rebounded 38-29. Leading scorers on the other side, David Thompson with 22 points. But they had 5 double-figure scorers, including as well Matt Paquette with 15 points. I don't know. We'll leave it at that, I think. Saturday will be another chance for Simon Fraser to get back on a roll. You know what? 7 o'clock to start here. And if you can't get on down to the West Gym, hope you can join us on the stream. Jake, thanks for being with us again.
Absolutely, and thanks for having me. And again, let's see what happens Saturday.
See you Saturday. Okay, that'll do it. Thanks to everybody on the crew here from Simon Fraser. We'll wrap it up and see you all again on Saturday from the West Gym.